Joining us right now on the couch, Governor of Indiana, Mitch. Governor, welcome. You with the Bush administration when you guys were hunting him. What are your thoughts today?
Well, immense pride and gratitude for the people who did this, starting with the president, or both presidents, you could say. Both had a role. But we ought to not overread it either. Everyone said correctly, this is a huge moment and a symbolic victory, but this struggle's not over and won't be for long.
Sure, we saw the President of the United States on Sunday night came out into the East Room, and he talked about how the operation went off at his direction. Do you think President Bush should get some credit?
I think it's fair. The capabilities, the special forces and intelligence that were involved here were beefed up on his watch, and apparently developed then. You know, I think they'll both
2005.
Yeah, but both presidents would be very quick to give primary credit to our military and to our intelligence people, folks who did the real work. I think both of them would say that.
Do you think somebody leaked the fact that some of that information came enhanced interrogation?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, in politics, they do. But, I mean, to make sure that it was known that we learned this information based on the interrogation techniques ostensibly that President Bush put into action?
No idea how it came to light, but it's important information, really, so people can evaluate what is and isn't necessary in this rather nasty business we're in.
This is obviously a very big story here in New York and Washington and Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where there were, you know, the airplanes flew into buildings and into fields as well. This is a big story in Indiana. People really care about, you know, finally getting this guy?
Sure. People care about the security of this country every day, but absolutely on an occasion like this. And I just thought again, let's hope it's not too temporary, the unity, that spontaneous unity we saw, always great, and we need it for other purposes in this country.
Well, one of the things that a lot of people are saying is, well, we're going to get back to domestic issues relatively soon because we're looking at this looming debt.
Today.
And I know that in Indiana, where you've been in charge, you have been able to bring a little bit more order to the fiscal nature of the state.
Well, we believe in paying our bills where I come from, and we have throughout and stayed in the black the old-fashioned way, spent less money than we took in, and we feel pretty good about where we are. I wish we felt better about the national economy. I think there's still some real clouds there, and we all hope for a lot of improvement.
Sure. But you took a hit at national. When you first took over, you come in, your poll ratings dropped to under 50% because you went in, you took on the unions, you reined in a lot of spending, and next thing you know, as your fiscal house getting in order, they go through the roof. So were you aware of your poll ratings at that time? But was your eyes fixed on the goal and you're okay with that?
Well, we don't take a lot of polls, Brian. I guess you didn't need one to know that some of the decisions we made were unsettling to some people. But you know what we learned in Indiana is people have common sense. They know you can't go on borrowing without limit forever. They know that like any family or business, you've got to make ends meet. And so they have stuck with us and supported us, and they judged on the results. And so I hope and I believe that's true of Americans generally.
Well, you know that in Indiana. Why don't they know that in Illinois? Because their solution is just to jack up taxes.
Well, they have a little different outlook over there, but you know, it's all about, by the way, with us, it's all about jobs and trying to build an economy of hope and opportunity. And when we lower taxes and neighboring states such as Illinois raise them, it just makes it a little more likely the next job comes our way.
Speaking of the next job, would you like to run for President of the United States?
Would I like to? No. What sane person would like to?
Are you going to?
Well, I don't know the answer to that. You know, you believe it or not, I don't think we sat around scheming and dreaming. I did never enter my mind, but I've agreed at the behest of a lot of people to give it some thought. We finished our legislature last Friday night, and I said nothing was going to get in the way of my duty there, and that on the backside of that, which is now, we'd give it serious thought. And I know I owe people an answer.
Well, we got a presidential debate on Thursday. You going to be there?
I will not be there. No, that's for people who've made up their mind.
A lot of people thought you might, in fact, run now because Haley Barbour has taken himself out of the race as the governor of Mississippi, and they thought maybe you were similar types of candidates in your conservative approach. Does that make you feel any more strongly about running? Because he's
well, we're all pals, and we cut cards, and I drew it too. That's
is that what it comes down to?
No. Yeah. Actually, you know, I was very interested in what Governor Barbour was thinking, but it would have been fun to be in it together. I tell you what, y'all would have had a little more fun, had a few more laughs if we were both in there, and it would have been very clean and up, which I hope it will be anyway.
Have you talked to President Bush about it?
Yes.
And what did he say?
Well, that's between him and
We'll
me.
keep it between us. It's Gretchen and Steve. You
Oh,
swear?
just we
Really?
just
We can do it all
yeah.
Nobody has to know.
Hey, camera guys, could you turn around just for a second?
Okay, if you promise not to.
All right. Well, maybe you'll tell us in the break, and then we promise not to tell anyone. Governor Mitch Daniels, great to see you in person. Thanks for joining
I
us.
thought I should come check, see what all the fun was about.
Well,
Yeah, and?
Now I know.
okay. We got to do a couple headlines if you don't mind, but great to see you.
You too.